Welcome back to O&M Podcast. I am your host, O Miller, and today we're diving into a question that feels urgent, not just in America or Europe, but right here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Political polarization. Can we still talk? We live in a time where politics feels like a football match. Red versus yellow. One side wins, the other side loses. People aren't just disagreeing on issues anymore. They are disagreeing on facts, on values, and even on who deserves respect. In St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we see it during elections when neighborhoods split into party lines. We hear it on the radio programs when callers shout down each other. We feel it in WhatsApp groups when a debate about roads or healthcare turns into a heated clash. Polarization isn't new, but the level of division we are seeing today makes us ask, can we still have meaningful conversations across political lines? Or are we too far gone? Let's unpack what political polarization actually means. At its core, it's when people are pushed to opposite ends, not just disagreeing, but refusing to see common ground. It's no longer, I prefer this policy. It becomes, if you support the other side, you are against me. Here in Vincy, you can see this in how people operate. They treat elections like war. Sometimes we focus more on who mashed up who in a debate than on the ideas themselves. We associate identity with party color. Red or yellow becomes who you are, not just who you support. And we shut down conversations. Instead of debating respectfully, we say, oh, you're a Labour man or you're an NDP man, so I can't take you seriously. This is very dangerous. Because when polarization takes over, compromise disappears. Democracy becomes stuck. And our society, which is small and interconnected, starts to feel fractured. But here's the good news. Vincentians have always had ways of coming back together. After elections, we still lime together. We still play mass together. We still share breadfruit and callaloo. So the question isn't can we talk? It's how do we build the habit of talking even when we disagree? So let's pause for a moment. I want you to reflect on your last political agreement. Maybe it was on social media, maybe at school or work, or even maybe with a family member. Close your eyes if you can. Picture that conversation. What was the topic? Did it get healed? Did it get heated? Did you walk away angry? Or did you find a way to stay calm? Now think. Did you learn something new in that disagreement? Or did it only harden your own view? Did you listen? Or were you waiting for your turn to speak? These moments matter because it shows how polarization isn't just something happening out there, it's personal. It shows up in our homes, our workplaces, or our WhatsApp. And if we can handle those small disagreements better, we can build the skills to handle the bigger ones too. Now let's refractor that reflection into possibility. Imagine you had the power to create one method that helps people in St. Vincent and Grenadines find common ground in political conversations. What would it be? Here are a few ideas. 1. Community circles. Spaces where people from different sides gather to talk, not to debate, but to share perspectives. 2. Agree on shared needs. Instead of starting with politics, start with what everybody cares about. Better healthcare, jobs for youths, safer roads, stronger schools. From there, see where policies overlap. 3. Active listening rules. Imagine a system where in a debate, you had to summarize the other person's point fairly before you could start your own. That forces respect even in a disagreement. And fourthly, youth-led dialogues. Because young people are often less tied to party histories and political affairs, they can create fresh spaces for conversation. Think about it. If every Vincentian community adopted one method of common ground, imagine how different our politics would feel. Disagreements would disappear, but respect and unity would grow. So, what can you do today to lower polarization and build common ground? We can separate people from parties. Remember, someone's political color doesn't define their whole humanity. Secondly, start with shared concerns. If you and someone disagree on party politics, ask instead, what do we both want for our community? And thirdly, practice active listening. Before responding, repeat what the other person said. It slows down the heat and opens space for respect. Polarization thrives when we stop talking, but democracy thrives when we keep the conversation going. Thank you for joining me on episode 6 of O&M Podcast. Today, we reflected on your last political disagreement and refracted that into a method for creating common ground. Vinci may be divided by colors at election time, but beneath that, we are still one people. If we can learn to talk again, even when we disagree, then our democracy has a bright future. I'll catch you next time on episode 7, where we will discuss climate change as a political issue. Until then, keep reflecting, keep refracting, and most importantly, keep talking even across the line.